up? A little bit about me. I don't have any kids, which is something I really like about myself. My sister does. I remember when she got pregnant, she called me. She was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. It was an accident. And I was like, oh, what happened? And she was like, well, he didn't pull out. I had to tell her, I was like, I don't think that's what an accident is, you know? I think that's just how babies are made, actually. Because you can't do that with anything else, you know? You can't be like, oh my God, I got in a car accident. What happened? Well, I had 6 Vegas bombs and put on a blindfold. It's the craziest thing. I wouldn't call something like making a human an accident, you know? I think something like burning a pizza, that's an accident, you know? And it happens the same way, you just leave it in too long. No, I like my niece. I like my niece. I don't like her dad and my sister's boyfriend. They were arguing one time, and I heard him yell at my niece, and he was like, you're gonna be a crack baby just like your mom. Yeah, and I was there, so like I had to make her feel better, you know? And I was like, well, he's stupid because babies can't even afford crack, so... She's a good mom, she's a good mom. My parents are certainly something. My mom, when I was a kid, she cheated on my dad with a gentleman named Monkey. And then we were not allowed to watch Curious George anymore. So I just spent the rest of my childhood hoping she didn't sleep with a guy named Dragon, because the only other show on PBS Kids was Dragon Tales. My dad's not off the hook though. My dad, you know, he's got like long hair and a beard. Everybody always says that he looks like Jesus. And I see, you know, but like Jesus turned water into alcohol, and my dad turns alcohol into multiple felonies, so. I do have a job, I'm a substitute teacher. I was working with 4th graders recently, and I did not know that those kids were still young enough to be losing their teeth. My first day, I had a little girl come up to me, and she was like, look, Miss Tate, it's loose, and she started wiggling her tooth at me. I was like, ew, gross, get away from me, that's disgusting. But she did come back a little bit later though, and her tooth was like out in her hand. I gotta stop hitting these kids, that's no good, guys. Dating's going bad. I think it's because I play this game and it's called Is He Hot or Is He Just on a Skateboard? He's always just on a skateboard. I was on dating apps for a while. My favorite thing I ever saw, this man's Tinder bio, all it said was, I don't have Snapchat because I'm not a child. But then I scrolled down and I saw that he was 5'5", so. Like, are we sure? I don't know. It's okay though, I do like short kings, you know, I like a man who looks like I could give him a wedgie, that's what I'm looking for, right? My ex was in a band and I thought that was so cool because I was like, that means that he can write a love song about me one day. And I'm kind of glad that didn't happen, you know, the more I hear love songs, because this song I heard is called Kiss a Girl. And the way the song goes, he just says, I want to kiss a girl, I want to hold her tight. And I like to think he wrote that song because one of his buddies just called him gay, like as a joke, you know? He's like, I want to kiss a girl, hold her tight. He comes back, he's like, oh yeah, would a gay man write this? My favorite one is called Shake It For Me by Luke Bryan, because some actual lyrics in that song, he says, shake it for the catfish, shake it for the crickets, the squirrels. Now ladies, could you imagine you're throwing it back on a man, and he's just back there like, oh yeah, shake it for the fish and the bugs. No, he was fine though. We broke up because he asked me stupid questions all the time, you know, he'd always ask me stupid questions. He'd be like, what do you want to eat today? Or, did you drink any water? Or, why is our baby black? Blah, 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 blah. No, he's fine, he's romantic. Are guys still doing this? Are guys still putting like their jacket over the puddle for their girlfriend? No? Okay, good, good. That's one of those things where like if I saw a guy do that for his girlfriend, I'd be like, babe, you never do stuff like that for me. But if I was out with my boyfriend and he put his coat in a puddle, I'd be like, I think you need to respect yourself a little bit more. We still have to go to dinner. Are you gonna put that back on? You're embarrassing me. We did go to a cat cafe recently, and it's like a coffee shop, and there's a bunch of cats in there that you can hang out and play with. I did not like that, and I think it's because I have a cat at home, so it just made me feel like a married man at the strip club. You know, I was in there with the cats, I was like, oh, I wish I could take you home with me. Take you away from all this. When the cat gets in my lap, I'm like, oh my god, she loves me. I get home, my cat's pissed. That's a fun fact about me. I do also work at a strip club. It's pretty cool being a teacher and a stripper because if I go to the club one night and I don't feel like dancing, I can just roll a TV out. We're watching a movie, guys. It's Magic Mike. We did this event. I'm kind of awkward, so I attract like a weird kind of regular. I have this man that comes in to see me all the time when I work, and every time he comes in, we do a crossword puzzle together. And recently, he brought in his wife, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I heard you're really good at crossword puzzles." Now, since I work in the strip club, I don't think going to the strip club is cheating. I don't think getting a dance is cheating. I do think doing a crossword puzzle with a stripper is cheating. That's quite a bit. I did have my most humbling dating experience being a stripper. You know, I've only had a crush on a customer one time in my 2 years dancing. He came in, we talked all night. He was close to my age. He bought dances, and I was like, you know, I really like this guy. I want to ask him on a date before he leaves. And I did, and he politely declined. That's pretty tough, you know, to be the stripper that's like, aw. I thought the customer really liked me. It's like going to the shelter to adopt a dog, and then the dog is like, no, I think I'll just stay in this kennel, actually. Alright guys, my name is Jacy Tate. Thank you so much.